Have you seen Love Con Revenge on Netflix? Well, we're going to talk about it today. I'm going to share some personal stories and we're going to talk about episodes 1, 2, and 3. Hit the like and subscribe button as the intro plays. All right, so Love Con Revenge basically is following women victims of romance scams. And they're trying to, reclaim their lives and reclaim the money they lost because they were conned by dudes who love bombed them. And they're getting help from the lady from Tinder Swindler. Sorry.
I never thought that I would become a victim of romance fraud.
I didn't even watch Tinder Swindler. I just wasn't interested in watching it, but something about Love Con Revenge screamed at me to watch it. And the other person helping is a private investigator named Brianne Joseph.
You recognize this guy?
So on episode 1, it follows this lady named Jill. She's like 51 years old and she had been divorced for 10 years and had a 17-year-old daughter. So now she was ready to, I guess, to re-enter the dating pool.
Get my number. Call me.
So she went on Tinder and she matched with this guy named Todd Dean. So, as you know, Todd Dean scammed her. He love bombed her. They went on a date. He love bombed her. He was showing her all this attention. He was sending her text messages. He was sending her constant pictures and videos, sending her messages. And, she fell for it because, oh my God, no one's shown me that attention in so long. I'm guessing that's what her thought was. And she was so happy in that whole infatuation period that people go through in the early stages of dating. That this guy is really, he's showing me love.
It was almost too good to be true.
And, online, this guy seemed like he was on the up and up because, he had like this whole wellness center that he was trying to develop. And he was a self-help type of guy, a guru, self-help guru. And it seemed like he had a presence online because he had all these videos. But soon into the relationship, he started asking her for money. Now, here's where I pause. Because if somebody asked me for money, oh no. What? You need what? From who? But I see how people get scammed. I see it. And the funny thing is, and I don't even know how to tell this story without telling somebody's business. But a friend of mine told me about a friend of hers. We're just going to say a friend of hers. That, and this isn't me. That friend isn't me. I'm not doing it. But this is recent too. She would tell me these stories about this woman who's highly successful in the medical field and how she was dating this new guy she started dating who wasn't her type initially. The guy lied about his age initially. The guy also, he lied about how many kids he had. And then I'm going to fast forward. I don't want to give away too many details. But let's just say his baby mama pulled a pow on him. If that wasn't enough, she's still going. I'm fast forwarding because this relationship was on a fast track. They just got engaged. So as I started watching the show, Love Con Revenge, I sent her a message. This sounds like your friend. Okay. And so she watched it and she's like, oh, episode 3 sounds more like her. And I actually hadn't gotten to episode 3 because I'll tell somebody about a show. Oh, I love this show, and fall asleep right on it and they'll pass me. But so as I watched the show, this guy, Todd Dean, and he's not really like an attractive guy. Like he's an older man. He was 6'4", balding, sometimes bald. Sometimes he had hair, but he was, I guess, good looking enough for her. But Jill was all in, but he basically scammed Jill out of a lot of her money. Like he kept asking her for money and money.
Give me money. Money.
And he took her to his wellness retreat that he was building that, was supposed to help addicts and it was supposed to help addicts, anybody who needed mental health patients, everything. He had a whole compound out in the middle of Tennessee in the pastures, and he had her out there mowing lawns with them. Like, she was all in, but I get it, because if you think you're in a relationship with someone, you'll do whatever, I'm supposed, to help build that relationship. I've heard it time and time again with friends. Even myself, in relationships, I always wanted a relationship where we were like this power couple, this team, we're building businesses together. So I see how this could happen. However, the minute somebody asks me for money, I'm like,
You are done out here. They gonna get you.
I'm out. Don't ask me for any money, because I'll tell a personal story. This guy who I had, this was like, almost 20 years ago, 20 years ago. And we just had a phone relationship. His son was in one of my commercials. So I was, I was intrigued because, he was a hip hop producer and I love hip hop. So we would have chats. I gave him my number. We would talk. And one night he was inquiring about my finances. I was like, why is this fool inquiring about my finances?
You know what? First of
all, I don't have any finances at that. I just purchased a condo, and he was intrigued that I purchased a condo. And this was right around the time when the bubble burst and everybody was losing their homes over predatory loans. So he was like, yeah, you didn't get one of those predatory loans, did you? So it's like he's adding up my money in his head, but he didn't realize I had no money.
Joke's on you.
And even if I had money, you weren't getting it. This fool asked me for $5,000 or $8,000 to help him get his book published, because he wrote a book. He actually had a successful book in the hip hop field. But I was like, this fool just asked me for $8,000. And I'm not even attracted to you.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
I'm just having a conversation with you. See, for me, a lot of times I fall into relationships out of boredom. I'll talk to you, even if I don't like you, I'll talk to you for a minute, and then it's like it hits me. It's like, oh my God, I like this person. But for that guy, I never really liked him, but we were friends. We were cool, but I was just like, oh my God, this fool just asked me for money.
Somebody tried it, okay?
The gall. I don't even know you. I barely even knew him. He asked me for money. I thought that was funny. So I see how these women in these relationships can get caught up because you think you're on this team with this guy.
Well, I do feel you're opportunist.
What do you think I'm getting out of it?
What you getting out of it?
You think you're on this team and they scam you. So eventually Jill and got some resolve from Cecile and Brienne's help. But ultimately, I feel like, I'm enjoying the documentary. I'm not finished with it, but I feel like it's like Catfish. I feel like these are set up scenarios that it's produced. It's highly produced. And it's too smooth to not be highly produced. But either way, it's showing, it should be teaching women. I think women should watch this documentary. Now, mind you, I know women scam men all the time, like scamming for bags. That's really popular right now.
Yeah, check my crib, bitch, and see the cars in my garage when you lift the goddamn garage up.
Women are like, take care of me, treat me like a princess, buy me Chanel bags, buy me Birkin bags, pay for my life, is what a lot of women are pulling on these men, and these men are falling for it. But in this case, we're talking about women. Women, you need to protect yourself, because there's a lot of scamming going on, and it comes in the form of, at first, initially, as love bombing. And that's the way they catch you. That's the hook. We show you attention because you're a woman, and women are so caught up on this romantic idea of relationships that they fall victim to these fools out here who know that they are desperate for love, desperate for attention, desperate for affection, till they can do whatever. And that's what happens throughout this documentary. Different instances of men taking money from women and basically and the women are basically giving them the money because of the stories that the men tell. the stories, like I've been told some wacky stories. Like I haven't had a lot of relationships in my big age, but I've been on a lot of first dates. And I've heard some stories on these first dates. This one guy told me this story once that he knew I liked dogs. And that's what they do. They find something that you like and they hook onto it. So this guy told me this long sad story about how he and his baby mother at the time, and the fact that I was going out with somebody who had multiple baby mothers was like weird. But anyhow, he told me a story that he had a dog, and the dog got parvo and they couldn't afford the shots at the time. So someone told him to take the dog to the Humane Society, and the Humane Society covered it. So when they went back to retrieve the dog, the Humane Society had let somebody adopt the dog. And as he was telling me this story, we were in a restaurant, he started like kind of whimpering, like looking sad. And I was like, oh. Luckily, I do a little investigating before I go out on dates with people. And the funny thing is, this happens daily. I'm thankful that I haven't been taken, because I know somebody else, one of my good friends, who was scammed, and I can't remember the entire story, but this was like back in like 2005. She was scammed by a scammer, and she actually did a blog post back when everybody's really doing blog posts about how she moved the guy in, and I kept saying, why would you move this guy in? And she said she wasn't even attracted to him. He was corny the way he dressed, and she was trying to help him. She even gave him some money. And she found out that this same scammer had scammed hundreds of women throughout the US. So it's like, ladies, stop being so disillusioned by love, and keep your eyes open and look at the signs. If somebody's asking you for money, in any instance, if, like, say for instance, if you want to be a model and they tell you to pay for modeling classes, that's not going to help. If somebody approaches you saying, hey, you should do this, but pay for it, it's not for you.
Oh, hell no.
Anyhow, drop into the comments and like and subscribe.